The Amish have something called Ordnung, which is a list of rules that dictates their day-to-day life. Today we will be looking at how the Ordnung dictates their way of dress, technology, and weddings. Okay, first we will look at the dress code. It is believed that you should not take pride in your appearance in the Amish world. This thought is based on biblical teachings. Amish wardrobe is meant to portray functionality, simplicity, and identifies the person wearing the outfit as part of the Amish community. The Amish are prohibited to express individuality through their clothing. Today we will look at the styles, the colors, fasteners, headwear, and hairstyles allowed in the Amish Ordnung. The women and little girls have to wear calf-length dresses with long sleeves when at church, or just in your home is required to wear an apron. You can see in this picture she has on her little bonnet. If the bonnet is black, then you know that the woman is married. If the bonnet is white, you know that they're single. And they wear straw hats. The men wear straw hats in the summer, and they tend to wear felt hats in the wintertime. Wintertime, yeah. And the men tend to wear black, and the women tend to wear blues, grays, blacks, nothing with print. Print is not allowed in the Amish community. Also, you cannot have zippers on your clothing. It's fastened with buttons or hooks and eyes. You can't have any snaps or anything like that. Okay, the hairstyles. Men can only have beards. If they are cleanly shaven, you know they're not married. If they have beards, they're married, and they are not allowed to have mustaches. It's considered adornment. You can see in all these pictures, none of them have mustaches. They all just have beards. And the women always have their hair in their bonnet, and they never cut it. Okay. Now that we have thoroughly looked at what the dress code is, we will look at the technology they use in their day-to-day life. Amish are against any technology because it is considered to weaken the family structure. Let us look at the differences in Amish, including transportation, communication, and the non-use of electricity. First, let's look into what kind of transportation they use. Usually, you'll see them in the horse-drawn buggies, as you can see here. Although it's environmentally friendly, it's really time-consuming. They're not allowed to own motorized vehicles, but they are allowed to ride in them. Now that we have looked into how they use transportation, let's look at how they communicate. They're not allowed to use telephones in their homes, but they are allowed to have them in a little shanty away from the community. Most Amish families share a phone. They usually just all use the same phone in a shanty away from the land. Let's investigate how they use no electricity, or use electricity. Electricity is not allowed in the home, but they can use it for blinkers on their buggies so people don't rear end them or run over them when they're out at nighttime. And they can use electricity for fences for cattle and for heating their homes, but when they use those types of electricity, windmills are often used as the natural source for that electricity. Now that we have seen how the Amish dress, how they use technology, let's look into how they have their weddings. Amish weddings are conservative and personable, something that we don't really consider in our weddings in this day and age. The Amish have a specific look for all attendants to the wedding, a specific day in which they prefer to get married, and a specific meal. To begin, let's look at the way the Amish dress in their weddings. The Amish bride gets a new dress for the occasion. It's not white, but it does have a specific amount of specific material. It's usually high quality material. Here's a picture of an Amish wedding, but I think that's more of a modern Amish wedding. They're all in blue. There's no white. She's not wearing white. Okay. Also, she picks out the colors that everyone's wearing, the attendants and everyone that is in her party. The servers who help with the meal also have to wear a certain color. And they have a specific day in which they like to get married on. It's a Tuesday or Thursday in the fall after the harvest, but they've kind of given up on that since so many couples are getting married now. The big part of the thing is the feast. That's where everybody comes. Here's a picture of what they usually eat. It's roasted chicken or mashed potatoes and gravy and veggies, and it usually has 200 to 600 people. And they have, you know, like napkins with their names on them and stuff. Now that we have looked over all this, the way they dress and their transportation and technology and their weddings, I hope this has fed your craving for the information of the Amish culture. I feel like this information will help you when you see those horse and buggies pass you by. You won't have to wonder why they dress like that, why they use a horse-drawn buggy, or if you wonder why if she's married or not, you'll know by the color of a cap. And yes, this is just how they believe. If you would like to know more about the Amish, you can go on the internet, and they have many great sources. Thank you.